Hello, we're Cynthia Vogel here with Raw and Vulnerable. It's been almost a week since I've done a video. Um, the devil's been working on derailing something in my life that is near and dear to me. It keeps I have a Memorial Day ride for my son today. It's our fourth, and this is really the one that I'm actually present in. I the first year it was a couple weeks after, and somebody just took me. Second year, wasn't able to do it. I did it. I mean, I went, but I just wasn't able to physically put on the event. Third year, second year I rode in it, but it was my first time riding a motorcycle, so I was I was going slow. And third year I had actually a really good time. It was wonderful to see all the kids, and I'm very, very excited for today. But the devil did his best to derail it. Show must go on. Sorry. Deuces. I'm the Lord's. So, but anyway, so last week was really hard with the Mustang thing, that incident there. That it's hard to confess and know, and look back on your life and know that you kind of made some not the greatest of choices, and it's very eye-opening, and sometimes, and putting a mirror in front of your face, sometimes when you do that you're like, whoa, I don't really want to see that. That's not very attractive. But so anyway, I'm here, and I want to talk about that next day. I after trying to figure out what I was gonna do with my son, things calmed down. Like, people had to go home, and again, I am remembering this stuff. There are gaps in my memory, so I apologize if it's not just right on, but man, that was a rough week. So I'm trying to remember, because I think it's important. There was it had to have been like Monday night, because I know I didn't shower, I didn't eat. People were putting food in front of my face, and I just didn't have an appetite. But I remember, whenever it happened, this is important. And so, Alec and I were really close. I mean, we had lost, we'd been through a lot together, okay? And so we're in this little tiny apartment, and we're just in each other's face, which the events that made that come about, I wouldn't do that any different, because I got to have my son back for the last 2 years of his life. So I'll lose anything in order to have had that time. So anyway, So I go to finally take a shower, and we had talked about how I had some anger issues, and little things would bug me, and I was like, man, I have really good big luck, but I have really terrible bad luck. Like, everybody's healthy and I'm healthy, and but like when I shoot a basket or like throw away some trash to shoot it, I never get it. But anyway, so my son and he would always get home about the same time that I would jump in the shower, and I had a shower curtain that you couldn't see through, and I could feel him walking in the apartment, and he would come. Oh, wow, that's heavy. Sorry, I didn't know that would. so so he would walk through the apartment, and I had to feel the apartment moving. And he would come in and stand in the doorway of this very small bathroom and go, "Hey, Mama." And I go, "Hey, kiddo, how are you?" And he goes, "I'm fine, how are you?" And we would talk about our day. And it was consistent, man. It was consistent. And it was a wonderful, beautiful time. But this shower curtain, every single time I would pull it back, the first hook would unhook. And I'd be like, ugh. And it got on my nerves. Sorry, it got on my nerves. And so, moving, forward here, that Monday when I got in the shower, or whenever it was, I got in the shower, and it was so normal. It was so normal to talk to my son, so I did. And I said, "Baby boy, I'm a little miffed at God right now. So I put it all on you to prove to me that there's heaven. And that's where you're at." I mean, I knew I had baptized him, and I knew he was a believer, but come on now. I was like, I don't trust very many people, but I trust you, kiddo, and I know you'll prove it. And so I went to get out of the shower, and I pushed back the curtain, and for the first time in 2 years, that hook stayed on there. And I know, a lot of people dismiss these little tiny signs, but wake up, open your eyes, open your eyes, open your eyes. It's there. And that shower curtain stayed on. And I'm like, what? I kind of dismissed it, and I was like, yeah, but that's weird. Like, consistently for 2 years, that's done that. And so anyway, shoot, I'm gonna have to reapply my makeup. So anyway, I don't know what I did the rest of the day, but later on, I got messages from all of his friends, his real tight-knit friends, and they said, Mama, can we come over and see the Joe? And the Joe is the motorcycle, the purple and yellow motorcycle, the Smokin' Joe. Because the other one crashed and burned. It was bad. And I said, sure, absolutely. So they come over, and we're all reminiscing and crying and shell-shocked. And they all wanted to go down to the garage where he had parked his motorcycles. And so we went down there, and we all cried and said good and wonderful things. And then on the way back up the hill to the apartment, one of the kids said to me, does Alec have an older brother? And Kyle looks at me like, Mom? And I'm like, I think I would know if I had a child. So, no, we're good here. Kyle's just the only one. And they go, are you sure? It's like, okay, go. Wait a minute. What is going on? What are you saying to me? What's happening? Because Kyle was looking at me like, oh, okay, why? And they go, so 2 weeks ago, we had invited him out to another, like car meet or meet. And he said, no, I can't go. My older brother's coming in to see me. And I'm going to sleep on the couch and give him my bed. I said, what? And Kyle's like, Mom, that's bizarre. I'm like, that is bizarre. And it's like, wow, what does that mean? And I thought, 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 and I'm like, I don't know what that is. So, anyway, and so now, as I'm talking through this, I realize that would have been Monday night. That would have been Monday night, or was it Tuesday? I don't know. But there's something in between this that I wanted to tell you as well. Sorry that my thoughts are jumbled, but if you've lost a child, you understand those for that. I mean, the first year is numb. You don't even. It's weird. But anyway, so I dismissed that, but not tremendously, because I was like, that is so bizarre. I don't understand that. So, anyway, the first night that I fell asleep and really slept, somewhere in the night, I had a dream. And so I was asleep in my dream, and I I heard my son's voice go, "Ma!" And I'm like, he used to do that. Kids used to do that through the house. And I woke up in my dream and it was completely white. And he goes, "Watch this." Now I didn't see him. I was hearing his voice. He goes, "Watch this." And from left to right, he comes flying through on a green motorcycle. Now his other motorcycle was red. They crashed on. He didn't have a green motorcycle, except that was his favorite color. And it was a vibrant, like Kelly green, not too blue, not too yellowy, but a very beautiful, beautiful green. And I remember saying, "Slow down." And then I knew somehow in my dream that he was in heaven. And I went, "Oh, no, baby, you go as fast as you want to go." And I woke up. I mean, I literally woke up. And I opened my eyes and I saw my nightstand. And I realized that it wasn't a dream. That this whole thing wasn't a dream. And my boyfriend at the time, Chip, he had to grab me because I was combative. I was so angry. I was so incredibly angry that I woke up. Matter of fact, I was kind of angry that everybody woke up. I was angry that I heard people mowing. I'm like, why? The gone audacity of them to continue their lives when mine has been shattered. I had to, I don't know, but he was there and he calmed me down. And the support that he gave me, I will never forget that. He will always be in my heart for that. He just held me and let me cry and let me scream and let me be mad at God. So remember, I'd asked my son to let me know he was in heaven. And that night it was white. It was bright white. Man, it was white. It was crisp white. I'm a painter and I haven't painted anything that white. But he knows me, and he knows he has to continue stuff. He has to really, I gotta be really proven before I trust something. And I'm sorry, God, you know me though. Man, hard-headed. So the next night, I went to sleep And because, like I said, I have no idea what happened in between that. There was a couple of days that were just absolutely missing. Anyway, so so the next night I fall asleep, and I wake up. I didn't have a dream. I don't remember having a dream. But I wake up with like an epiphany. And I'm like, oh my God. And I turned over and I said, Chip, guess, I know who came and visited him. Oh my gosh. And my head was just spinning. I was thinking about, I'm like, what is going on? And his older brother, yeah, well, I did some math, and I called my OBGYN. I said, Sandra, do you know what that baby was that I miscarried? And she goes, why? And I said, well, I lost my boy in a motorcycle accident. And the kids were asking me if he had an older brother. And I was like, I didn't know what they were talking. And she goes, well, I guess you have your answer now. And hi, puppy. Oh, she knows what I'm. Look at my puppy. And she goes, I guess you know now. And so I did some math. I had went in the year before Alec was born. I had went into my OBGYN, and the reason why I remember it, because it was on my birthday, which is March 27th. And so I went in, we heard the baby's heartbeat, and I was so excited. And then the next month that I had went in, they said that the baby had passed. And I was like, what? No. I said, when, you know, you're in disbelief. And I said, when did that happen? And they said, hi, baby. They said about 5 days after you came in, because that's what the growth, you know, the growth pattern, or whatever, I don't know what they call it. Come on, I know. Come on. Whoa. And so 5 days after my birthday is Alec's birthday. So exactly a year before my baby was born, I lost his brother. And so things started really, 2 weeks before. Remember, I had talked to him about, you know, he's like, Mom, I had that dream again. I'm like, oh my God. And then the kids saying 2 weeks ago, you know, his brother came in. I was like, what? And so then that lady that had come in to speak to the kitties, I called her and I said, you know, Carmen has lost her boy. And so she calls me. And now this was Wednesday. She calls me. And, you know, I had given her a picture of Alec, and